Hey, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to Moonrise Cottage for your August 2020 reading. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from beautiful southern Vermont. It's a beautiful summer day, a little hot and muggy, but that's July in this part of the world. So Scorpio, last month, all the water signs actually for the last 3 months have been going through a really great journey into healing, into release, and into the ability to develop your strength and your recovery so that you can walk into the life that you are seeking. And many of you have left behind relationships. Some of you are still working on that. Some of you are working on healing trauma, particularly relationship trauma, which is what my guys were talking about last month. So this month we have, for the Oracle cards, we have 3 cards. One is riding the cosmic wave. That's what you're engaged in. I know it's hard and you're exhausted and you just want it to be done. And like a Scorpio, you're just going to go deep and be with yourself. And I just want to tell you, that's the right thing to be doing. As long as you are actively participating in your own healing and your own growth, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, in whatever way you need to take care of yourself, please continue to do that. And while you're doing it, allow yourself to understand that it's a sacred, my guys just said passage. It's a sacred passage. And while you are riding the wave, do you see how these cards kind of look at each other? It's very important to be a sacred witness for yourself because it's a sacred process that you're going through. So this month, there's another little incremental change. My guides are saying the word fulcrum. Look, the energy is beginning to change toward the positive, and I do believe that a great matter, my guides are saying, a great matter will come to resolution. So we just came through the new moon in Cancer. It was rocky. It was a difficult day. I was exhausted after that new moon for a couple days, actually. And now we're sailing into the days of the full moon that's going to be in Aquarius. It's the moment when culminations bring forward something new, and a new way perhaps to deal with the challenges that you have. So while you're riding that cosmic wave on the moon cycles, which affect you greatly because you're a water sign, be a sacred witness for yourself. Look upon yourself as would your most loving supporter coming through from the guides, okay? So you have this animal medicine card, Turkey. Turkey is known as the giveaway eagle. And so when this comes into your cards or your reading, it's about 2 things. It shows the moment has arrived for you to begin to be able to give of yourself in ways that are healthy and appropriate, if that's been one of the challenges. Must be, or my guides wouldn't be saying it. And they're talking about the challenges of a Scorpio. So we'll get into that when we get into the body of the reading. But this also is a harbinger of being given a gift. So there is a gift arriving. I see it on the table, and it really has all to do with your deep spiritual identity. Because Scorpio, those who know, I know because of the readings that come out and the study that I've done, we know that you are one of the portals here on this earth that has a direct line out to what my guides lately have been calling the shimmering universe. And it's one of the reasons that relationships are very challenging for some of you. So, Scorpio is very passionate. Typically, a Scorpio can have a lot of fears. You can feel a lot of jealousy. Those are things that you can grow through and out of to bring yourself to a place of balance. So it's part of the reason those of you are walking away from a relationship because there was not enough connection. You need that because you can connect with your partner and go straight out into the universe and take them along. Thank you, Spirit. And you can take them along with you. Just like that. I know you can do it. I've experienced it. And I have Scorpio in my 8th house. So I understand. So the theme of this reading is going to be about this. The Queen of Wands. You and all your passion. Do you see the horses on the dress? You are moving forward. And the work that you've done, you've brought forward the key to yourself. This is about a mystical process of regaining that part of you that has been lost. This woman's baby was stolen from her. She was accused of murdering the child. She lost her reputation and my guides are saying, and the goodwill of others. And eventually, all was restored. So that's the process that you're going through in the month of August. She gets her baby back. People realize something horrible happened to her, not because of her. So my guides are talking about all the blame and shame that a lot of Scorpios go through because of your highly sensual nature and because you are encoded with an ability and a need to connect with people on a sexual basis for a spiritually aligned journey. That's what it's about, Scorpio. I know. And it's why you have the intense feelings that you have. So it's a lot to bear. And it's one of the reasons that Scorpio is so private. It's a lot to manage. As a clairvoyant person, I really get it. And because I have Scorpio in the 8th house along with Vesta, it is about going to the deepest of the deep. I understand. And so for me, it plays out as this. My guys are talking about this profession that I'm doing. That's how it expresses. So part of the journey is to learn how to come to yourself in a healthy way and express. So before I jump in any further, I just want you to take a look at that. All the links for me are below. Go to the website. The $40 COVID-19 special priced readings are still in force through the month of August. Go get one. It's dirt cheap. You might as well have it if you've been waiting. So there are all kinds of links below, including to some of my favorite astrologers. I want you to look in. Take a little bit of time. Go click the link. Look into what's happening in August. It's very profound. And we're entering into a period when we have the opportunity to do an immense amount of soul growth. And that's what you're doing. Look at that. That's a world card. Your world is changing. You've been working really hard. And it's coming to fruition now. So this is the zenith moment, in a sense. A Kundalini awakening. And there's nobody that it could be more appropriate for than a Scorpio. I love this. So this is the energy, the aspect that represents you under the light of these trials and tribulations that you've been through. And finally the moment comes when you get your due and you get your justice and you get your acknowledgement. And it's because you've been working hard, the perfecter of energy. See that? Kundalini, moving at the root chakra, funneling up through the heart and the will center. Those 4 sectors in the breastplate indicate the year coming forward. And for you, I think it started 3 months ago, so you're already 1 sector in. The petals are about all the wisdom that you're going to pick up that causes the awakening. So many of you are literally going to have a spiritual awakening, a Kundalini type awakening. So let's jump in and see what it's all about. Okay, my guides are telling me to do this. So on the next 3 cards are about your human journey. And we're going to talk about how that relates to your soul intention. So this beautiful young man was a warrior. This is the 4 of Swords. So we're talking about this moment when this battle is over. Whatever these trials and tribulations and your need to heal from the trauma of something you've experienced, many of you, that moment has arisen. He won this battle. He has no idea how that happened because it's a David and Goliath kind of story. Just like this woman, even though she's the Queen of Wands, the Queen of all creation, had to defend herself. And I think last month we saw you working with 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands energy. So there's been a lot of progression. So he wins this battle through a mystical connection with the guides, the angels, the masters. And then he retreats into his hut to go into deep repose in order to think about it and understand, thank you, Spirit, and understand what it is he's been through, to be a sacred witness for himself in this way. This is a very intense card. And you know, Scorpio, I love this because in this moment, it really speaks to me of your energy. That's how intense you are. That's how wise you are. You know, Scorpio. So take some time in the month of August, particularly as the full moon comes forward, okay? To really honor yourself, be a sacred witness to your journey. Look, King of Swords. In this deck, King of Battle. Do you see how the movement is going forward? Look, that's the progression. So when this full moon comes in Aquarius, you're going to finish a cycle. And you are going to gather up some intense healing. So, as most of you know, I'm not an astrologer, but I'm an intuitive interpreter of the astrological aspects. So, when I see things like this, I want to urge you to go look at the astrology links that are below, or your favorite astrologer who really does look at the sacred and the mystical aspects of your soul travel as described by your chart, and the aspects that are happening in the cosmos. So this beautiful king, interesting, is it? This young, it's always backwards. This young man did battle with a king, an evil king. So there's some aspects within you that are being brought to rights. And some of you may have been doing battle literally, because we're hearkening back to trauma. My guides are saying trauma-informed self-care. Make sure you take that up. It's important for you, Scorpio. So some of you have been in this battle with yourself. These are aspects of yourself, and some of you really have been battling someone else. But given the story of how these things align, and we see you going into repose, in order to accept the healing that's coming forward, he had his hand sliced off, and he lost his power, so he couldn't sit on the throne. And through a mystical healing, he literally grew his human hand back and regained his power. So we see that idea twice, right? Amazing battles you've been through, Scorpio. And my guides keep saying the word trauma. Many of you have been literally traumatized, partly because you're so emotive and you feel things so deeply, and you always know the spiritual implications, don't you? So just keep doing your work, because look, here's the other thing. Check it out. That's how it sits on the table. This healing is coming, and it's going to change your destiny. It's going to bring you into the correct place that your being is meant to reside in. So when you get that healing and the full moon comes, you are going to release yourself from this battle. And maybe that's the healing that needed to come from you. 8 of Cups. You're walking away from some kind of really toxic or very unhealthy or immovable relationship that doesn't have enough air to breathe and grow, and so you feel stifled and you feel cut off from yourself, literally. So this month, that's over. You're going to literally walk away. So this is about 2 people who found a treasure map, and they found the treasure kind of in the lower areas of a castle. They stepped up onto the platform to plunge the sacred bowl that was filled with all the riches you can imagine. And the minute they touched it, they got stuck to it, and they couldn't move. So maybe some of you are in some kind of a toxic relationship. Some of you may be engaged in trying to keep a person in a relationship with you. Don't do it, Scorpio, if it doesn't work. It doesn't feed you. It sucks the life out of you. Time to walk away into your future, not away from somebody or a crappy job or an abusive boss or some shenanigans inside of a family. You know, all the ways this could play out. So when you think about that progression, the next piece of energy that we're going to discuss is that string of quantum energy that keeps you, my guys just said the umbilical cord, that is keeping you as a human being tied to and in connection with, energetically flowing with your soul intention. And look, it's incredible, another queen. So this is the Queen of Pentacles. She's known as a sacred grandmother. I believe you are being helped by the ancient ones, by your guides and masters, whoever, however you connect to the sacred, and also really might be somebody in your lineage who's working on your behalf, perhaps from the other side, because she sits suspended in the universe. And what she's doing is weaving together the strings of destiny of her sacred lineage, her grandchildren. Interesting. A lot of the rivers around the world, that is the goddess Danu, and a lot of the rivers around the world in all different kinds of cultures carry this woman's name. And she flows, her energy flows across the earth. She is part of the manifestation of creation because water flowing over the earth creates growth and things blossom. So here we have you going through this process. Right? This battle you've been in is literally linked to your soul destiny and your soul intention. And because you win, this month you are going to find victory within yourself and within the situation. And then on the soul level, we have the King of Wands. So we have on this table the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Swords. It's an intense reading. It's just, like I just said, perfectly queued up for a Scorpio. So that's the progression. Look at that. Do you see what the King of Wands is doing? There's a sacred weaving going on that's tied to this earthly challenge that you've been through. My guys just said, some of you for a lifetime. They're talking about how easy it is for a Scorpio to be misunderstood and reviled. Thank you, Spirit. That's why this is here. I see the kind of comments that people make sometimes on my videos about Scorpio and blah, blah, blah. Like, I know, like anybody else, a Scorpio can be out of balance. And when a Scorpio is out of balance, it's not pretty. Right? So do your healing work while you're lying in repose. Four of Swords, you're just lying deep inside the sacred hut. The swords are on the wall. And you go deep into the connection with the universe in a meditative way. And therefore you are able to connect with and to assist yourself in the universe to bring your destiny forward. And you rise into the height of your power, so to speak. King of Wands making some new shoes to walk forward. Most of you have seen this card. His shield is hung on the wall. He's done with the battle. He's done with the battle. He's literally walking away from it. He's won the self-awareness that he was meant to gain when he was in this incredible battle with a power much larger than itself. So, there might be some aspect of yourself that's really been ruling your existence that cut you off from yourself and caused you to be stuck. So make sure you do a lot of self-care, a lot of internal introspection, my guides are saying. They want you to, it's a moment when you can really understand yourself. Some epiphany, I think, is going to come to many of you about yourself so that you can repair yourself, heal from trauma, understand and honor yourself, and be present in your power like this so that you don't have to engage in all of that caca ever again. The shield is on the wall. The fact that it is there means this person knows they are... the story of their battle is still with them, but it's behind his back and it's hung on the wall. My guys are talking about sort of in homage to yourself and to the journey that you've had. While you make the new shoes, this person has no lack of power. They look humble in the moment because they've changed what they're applying their power to and the way they exert their power. So he's just going to make the shoes because he has an intention to walk on. And you see the water in the out the window with the golden light in the sand. Something beautiful is happening. So the very next thing that this person is doing, the King of Wands walking into his destiny. Look, the Moon card. It's giving me an intense shiver. Scorpio, I love you guys so much. I learned so much from Scorpio. I'm deeply awed by your energy. So, Scorpio, I know you've seen this. I'm sure you've seen this because my guides speak to you about yourself as a water sign. So when the full moon in Aquarius comes, you're walking into your destiny. Please have a ceremony. Celebrate yourself. Finish a cycle. And allow yourself to envision the life that you are walking into. Because this card in this deck is the Imagineer of Harmony. And you can get in that boat, put your hands on the oars, and it will take you to any destination that you want to go, into which you can imagine harmony. And for those of you that are deep divers, if you want, you can ride that Piscean energy, dive deep into the ocean of your own life. You know, Scorpio will take you right down to the bottom of the ocean. That's why people are afraid of Scorpios. You're so deep. And where you travel, most people cannot go unless they are mated with you or somehow in deep connection. And then you change their life. And because the connection is so profound and so deep, it's hard to let it go when it's not healthy. That's part of what you have to grow into. Because you see the soul value in the people you connect with. And your connection with them is so deep. It's like this: universal consciousness, universal mind. Who wants to let go of that? I don't. I get it. So you're sailing into your destiny. You may be diving deep into your own process. As this full moon comes, it's a very important moment, okay? And this full moon energy, as they always do, going to carry you forward for 6 months. Let's see if I can do this like this. See that? Amazing. An amazing journey coming forward. Ooh. I just urge you all to take this very seriously. This is preparing you to be ready to attract and care for and align yourself with the kind of love you want in your life in a very healthy, productive, stable way based on your connection to the universe. Through the cycles and the pull of the moon and the ocean, the water element that represents you in this place, all the water signs. You carry universal consciousness within you. It's a lot to manage. So, Scorpio, I'm very happy to see this. All right. Remember this? See the sacred bowl? Trying to plunder it for all the treasure that you want in your life, and that you just get stuck to it. Maybe some of you, my guides are saying, some of you out there have been through an enormous series of relationships, and it always ended like this, and you always had to walk away. That's part of the trauma. When you have to put it down and walk away and break your own heart, it's horrible. I know I've done it twice, at least in my life. But a moment comes and you realize you don't want to be stuck. See that woman? She's watching the flow of life, and she can't join it, and she's having a realization. And that poor guy is just going, oh my God, what happened to me? What did I do? Oh my God. It's still stuck, right? Not yet having turned his attention away from the bowl. So we're seeing a process, the yin yang within you going through a process, and maybe there's some lovers out there that are feeling this way and they're trying to figure out how to change it so that the relationship can grow and be healthy because the love is there. But there are some unhealthy aspects that are keeping you stuck to those aspects because you have to grow, as does your partner. So if you're in a loving relationship and you feel like something is just so desperately out of order, it's time to sit down with your sweetheart and say, all right, babe, come on. Oof, I don't like how we're doing this, and I really love you, and I don't want to walk away from you. Can we walk away from the BS, the shite? How do we do that? Let's do it together. I think those aspects are here because we see this and we see all these notions about healing and destiny, okay? And the theme of the reading is about reclaiming. So check it out. There's the theme of the reading. This is describing some of the challenges. Look what comes next. Okay, that's on the soul level. Just see how the shift is happening. There's another bowl. Look at the difference. Okay? It's always so challenging to hold these things up. So, again, my guides want you to ponder the shift and change in the destiny that you're coming into. So, you are going to walk toward something this month more than you're walking away from something or someone. And that is a very significant difference. It's a decision that illuminates and emanates from the growth that you are experiencing. So that's the Empress. Look at that. Ooh, Scorps. My God. Look. Some of you really have been through some stuff and a lot of blame and shame. Just let it go. Don't engage in it. You don't need to. This woman kind of went on with her life while everybody was trash talking her. She's the queen, right? And eventually the truth came out, because it always does, doesn't it? The truth comes out. So you're going to regrow. My guys just said rebrand. You're going to rebrand yourself. Those of you who are having that challenge. That beautiful Empress describes the process of coming through from the sacred realm to have a journey here embodied, a spirit being embodied. And it is the Empress, the power of sacred feminine, the omnipotent power of the universe that ushers souls into this place. Everybody who's here has to come through the sacred feminine. We don't think about it in most, well, certainly not in the United States. In most Western, Northern societies, that's not on the top of mind, but it's an absolute truth. And so your destiny's being woven and shaped by the sacred power of the omnipotent feminine that helps souls travel back and forth to and from this place. And you are being put on notice, I guess, that you have everything you need inside of you because she gave it to you. You have your basket of plenty. It resides within you. It was given to you when your soul incarnated here. So you are walking back into the place of your soul bounty. And you chose to come, depending on what you believe, right? We're all here learning whatever we wanted to learn so our soul cycle can continue to develop. So our life happens in the way that will serve us the best for most of us. And I don't mean to discount anybody's trauma. I would never do that. Trauma of my own. Having walked past it now, many years of healing, it's going to go on for my whole life. My guys are talking about complex PTSD, woundings of childhood that then compound themselves and stunt your growth, and then more woundings in adulthood, and it just goes on until you finally say, I won't engage anymore. I'm going to go get my therapy or whatever the heck I need to figure out what's going on. 10 of Wands. You did it. You just walk into your bounty. That's where you're walking. When you release yourself, you're walking back into your truth, your power, your bounty, the place where you can imagine harmony. The full moon's going to usher this in. So over the next 6 months, keep this as your focus, okay? Drop the wands. Just take your fingers off. Thank you, Spirit. Just take your fingers off it and walk away and walk toward yourself, because you rock, first of all. And you have all the abilities that you need inside of you to take care of this. And look, you see that salmon? You're going, Scorpio. You're going to be victorious in this way. So, this month, we're focusing obviously on you. But this has everything to do with your love aspect. Everything. So whatever these burdens are that are causing problems in your relationship, or are as a result of a disordered relationship, or some trauma, or all of the above, this is the time, because we're in 2020, is meant to dismantle their internal structure and strive forward toward health and abundance. The abundance that is within you, and put the burdens down. So when this full moon comes, as it comes on, make your list. Dream. Okay, my guys they're singing a song in my head. Dream a little dream, things like that. Allow yourself to manifest imagination. And keep that ever present in your mind now. What have we got? 4 months left? Be in this state and continue to release the wisdom and all the bounty that you need within you. Okay? So, my guides are talking about the oracle cards. So, that riding the cosmic wave means to be loved, you deserve to be held as precious, and this is your pathway. Understand yourself, be a witness to your sacred journey, and love yourself to the birth journey. So look, here's the outcome. In case you were wondering, my guides are saying, look, Scorpio, you're going to be standing in the full light of the sun. See? It's coming full circle now. You're going to make a great leap forward. I believe if we're here where our life is about these cycles, and then hopefully you get some rest and some respite in between the intensity of these cycles, and you come to some greater understanding of yourself and your challenges. So that's what's happening for you this month, and you're going to, my guides are saying, a lot of the respect and reputation repair and all that kind of stuff has to come from within you for you. Okay? So let's pick from the runes. What did I do with them? And we'll get one more message from the Norse Pantheon. Spirit, can you please speak to beautiful Scorpio? I've been through so much the last couple months. It's been an intense time. I have some dear friends that are Scorpios. Some of them have been going through these cycles, self-initiated, my guides are saying, which is very good. That's about self-love for a while now. And now it's heating up. It's coming to fruition. Oh, I love this. Look. That's right, oh. That's about signals from the universe. That's what we're talking about. So let's take a minute. I want to read it to you from the book so that you fully understand. Sometimes my guides talk about they want it to come from the book because they want you to hear the pure intention rather than my interpretation. So we'll just take a look. It's the room for journey. I love that. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Journey, communication, union, and reunion. We are talking about you in the spirit world and you and yourself, okay? So this rune is concerned with communication, with the attunement of something that has two sides, two elements, and with the ultimate union that comes at the end of a journey, when what is, thank you, Spirit, when what is above and what is below are united and of one mind. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. Your inner worth mounts. At such a time, you are not intended to rely entirely upon your own power. Instead, ask yourself what constitutes right action. Thank you, Spirit. Prayer, ask through meditation, through addressing, oh my God, my guides really freaked me out. I'm about to burst into tears. Hang on. Thank you, Spirit. I don't know how they do it. It's been 3 years. It still blows my mind. So ask through prayer or meditation what constitutes right action, and address the witness self. Whew, my heart chakra just bursting open. My guys are talking to me. You know, sometimes those who've been here for a while, you know, the energy comes in through my back and illuminates my heart chakra. It really swells. Then my human response comes forward, and it just brings tears to my eyes. Because partly I'm in shock and awe. Oh my gosh. The guides are really talking to you, Scorpio, about how much they love you and about the sacredness of this process. Okay? So address yourself through the witness self, the teacher within. Once you are clear, you can neutralize your refusal to let right action flow through you. That's what this is about. You got to let go of it. Thank you, Spirit. Do not be intent on movement. Be content to wait. And while you wait, keep on removing resistances. So it's going to take some time. Understand, for many of you, we're talking about 6 months on. Every full moon informs us for 6 months and affects us. So if you look at full moon to full moon to full moon, what the aspects are, you'll understand the nature of your growth and how the incremental changes happen. It's a wonderful thing to sit and ponder. So while you're in your sacred hut in repose, you could think about that maybe a little bit, about your life. As the obstructions give way, all remorse arising from trying to make things happen disappears. This journey is towards self-healing, self-change, and union. You are concerned here with nothing less than unobstructed, perfect union. But the union of heaven and earth cannot be forced. Regulate all the excesses in your life. Material advantage must not weigh heavily on this journey of the self toward the self. Oof. Stand apart